on volume.
What up, citizen soldiers? It's the Iraq veteran. Are you ready to take a journey to truth?
This is based on a true story.
Revolution is here. This is my foe.
What up, fellow citizen soldier? That's what I call my fellow revolutionary truth seekers. So I take it you have questions and are looking for answers. That's amazing you want to take a journey to truth with me. I can't promise you I can help you find all the answers you are looking for, since only you can find those answers. But we do cross paths with people for a reason. The reason we cross paths with people is because we can both learn something from one another. And it's not a coincidence that we are crossing paths right now. So you are probably wondering who I am. What have I been through that has made me who I am today? My name is Whitley Eckes Carter. On YouTube, I'm known as the Iraq Veteran, but you can call me Whit. As far as I know, I'm the only Whitley Eckes Carter to have ever existed. I have always stayed true to myself, and I have overcome many obstacles in my life. Along my journey, I have learned something from every obstacle I've encountered. I was born in Galveston, Texas on May 3rd, 1987. That makes me a Taurus, a stubborn bull. My parents divorced when I was just a couple years old, and my dad eventually turned me over to my grandparents so they could raise me. We eventually moved to a small country town called Liberty, Texas, about the time I was in first grade. We lived down a rocky road in a secluded area from town. I spent a lot of time by myself because only a few kids lived around me. Later in life, I learned that spending a lot of time by myself was actually a positive thing. The summer before 5th grade, I moved to a small town called Vidor, Texas to live with my dad, aunt, uncle, and cousin. It was nice to finally have people to hang out with, but I still ended up spending a lot of time by myself. My mom was never really around all that much. Most of the time, she lived hours away, so my dad and mom would alternate during the winter holidays, and I would go visit her and my older brother for a few weeks during the summer. There were plenty of times she would say she was on the way to pick me up. I would wait on the couch, looking out the window for hours, but she would never show up. I loved the time she would come because I had no rules at her place. I spent all my time running the streets with my brother. We would smoke, drink, go to parties. I did get to live with my mom for about a year and a half in the middle of 8th grade and all of my freshman year of high school. My dad remarried when I was in the 7th grade. I ended up getting kicked out because I was getting into drugs. During this time, my mom was never around. I ended up missing so much school that I got held back. Since we were poor, my mom told me to ask my dad if he would buy my school clothes for the next year. My dad ended up asking me to move back in with them. So I had to make a choice. I could either stay where I had no rules, or move back into a stricter household. A very hard decision to make at 14. So I ended up moving back in with my dad, and that put me on the path to joining the army. My junior year, which was supposed to be my senior year, we were forced to go listen to the military recruiters. A couple of us asked if we can go to the gym to play basketball because we had no interest in joining the military. However, we were told that our attendance was mandatory. As soon as I walked out of the war salesman's presentation, I decided to join the army for college money. My dad was shocked. I enlisted on July 5th, 2005 as an 88 Mike, which led to a 15-month deployment to Baghdad, which completely changed my life. Some of my experiences in Iraq were sitting through over 150 plus mortar attacks while on tower guard, getting shot at while on tower, seeing Sergeant Snell getting shot by a sniper while out on mission, grieving the loss of Specialist Kamisha Block, my ex-girlfriend who was murdered by her new boyfriend, and witnessing the army attempting to cover up her death. By far the event that affected me the most. My first year back from Iraq, I spent a total of about 4 months in jail for driving under a revoked license. It was there that I had the pleasure of meeting a true hero by the name of Robin Long, a war resister who shared a lot of valuable information about why he no longer believed in the wars we were fighting. After being discharged from the army on July 14, 2008, I was finally able to start my journey to truth. Transitioning from soldier back to civilian was really rough, especially while battling PTSD. My first year out of the army was my hardest. I really spent a lot of time by myself playing Call of Duty. I started my journey to truth by researching government corruption. At the end of 2009, I posted a suicide letter on my MySpace, which led my dad to forcing me to seek treatment. At that time, I came up with the idea of doing a YouTube series called War Stories. In the spring of 2011, I finally put my plan into action and it became my biggest series. It was life-changing. I did a video called War Stories, My PTSD Symptoms, which now has over 50,000 views and has helped tens of thousands of people. It moved psychologist Dr. Jason Quintal to contact me, offering to do rapid resolution therapy on me for free. With the help of my supporters, I was able to make it out to Florida for the treatment. I have been PTSD symptom free ever since. We recorded the treatment, which I will be sharing in my Journey to Truth series. Since beating PTSD and educating myself on how corrupt our government is, I have also been a political activist. I've been involved in the Occupy movement. I attended the Million Vet March in Washington, D.C. I've done activism in Houston, Texas. And I am a co-founder of a group called Concerned Citizens for Justice of Southeast Texas. I am bringing the revolution to my hometown. My goal is to use my website and YouTube to tell my story. I have helped many people, and I will continue to help as many people as I can. My goal is to inspire inner revolution, to help people help themselves. Having true knowledge of self is going to most positively impact this world. It wasn't a coincidence that we crossed paths, so maybe you are ready to start your journey to truth. All I ask is that you never blindly follow me or anybody. Much peace and love. Revolution is here, and this is my foe. Today is February 14th, 2015, which is Valentine's Day. So to everybody out there, I hope you're having an amazing Valentine's Day. And just know that I love you. And to everybody who's been supporting me over the past 4 years, from the bottom of my heart, I cannot be grateful enough of how much you positively helped impact my life. You helped me get true knowledge of self, which helped me beat my PTSD, and which is helping me help others, which was my original goal, which I've been succeeding. But now I want to reach more and more and more people, as many people as I can. In order to do this, I'm going to need y'all's full support. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to me here on YouTube. Like me on Facebook. You can even add me on my personal page. Follow me on Twitter, Google+, Vine, Instagram. You can add me on Snapchat. And most importantly, please like, favorite, and share my videos with as many people as you can. Because without y'all's support, my message of love is not going to be heard by anybody. And be sure to go bookmark my website, www.TheIraqVeteran.com. Much peace and love.